Up next, we've got what ought to be a great matchup between the Green Bay Packers and the Seattle Seahawks. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to the Pacific Northwest, the home of the 12s, as it's called, CenturyLink Field in Seattle. Ahead will decide the second entrant to next week's NFC title game, as we've got a great one in store between the Green Bay Packers and the Seattle Seahawks. Hello, everyone. As the postseason continues here on EA Sports, we're pleased to bring it to you. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. And who has the edge here? You got one side that had some extra rest, but another comes in off a win last week in the wild card round.
And it's funny, depending on which team you are, you say that that's an advantage. You'll take the rest, you'll take the week off, get your guys healed up a little bit and ready to go. But that team that's coming in off of a win last week, they're really excited to keep playing. They feel like they are hot and ready to go.
Let's go! Every minute, 258. Mike 54. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen, watch the screen again.
Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. And Rodgers is going to go down. He's saved. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. Now Rodgers drops it to Jones in the flat. It'll be a gain of 6, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it. It really gets them amped up as they go forward.
Now he'll go deep down the middle, and that will be incomplete. They were trying to liven up this playoff game very early on. Pretty deep throw, but good coverage.
I think they were counting on the defenders being a little tight, a little over-anxious early, and trying to catch them flat-footed and get a big play.
Harris now to return. 12 yards on the return that time. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They will run for the first time here with White. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 15, 1st down Seahawks.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. This is caught inside the 15. And at the end of it, he's stripped. Ball comes loose. And the Packers pick it up. And he is all the way up past the 25.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
So cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
They'll try and run it in with White. And he will take this one in for a Seattle touchdown. Punching it in from a yard away. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. The papers this week, it was all talk about how big of a game this was. Of course it is. It's the playoffs. It's the divisional round. But they handle it well. They score early.
They really did. Plenty of confidence exuded on that drive. No nerves showing. Terrific way to get things started. They are in control.
This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Here we go.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion, guys a little bit jumpy. You understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went
and now they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. From the 30 on second down. Rodgers. Now look out. Rodgers lost the football.
Plays like this when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Give him 2 yards on that play, and that's going to bring up the 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10.
Shift. Tight dog. Listen. Kill. Pick the edge. Come. Hey, watch the edge. One left. Check.
Play action. Now Wilson. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And that's good for a 1st down. Here's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of the playoffs.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful of one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
They go play action here on 1st down. It's caught. Lockett. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. 1st down, here's White. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile. Stepping out from behind the line of scrimmage.
Now a quick slant as the throw's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Steps away to his left. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal.
Check 14, got it.
On 2nd down, they'll run with White. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal.
He's already scored once. He definitely had his eyes wide open trying to get in there a second time, but I thought that was a really nice play defensively to deny him.
Yeah, it was. As you said, keeping him away from his second first-quarter touchdown there. Well, they've gotten it down to the 3, but now this is 3rd and goal. On 3rd down, Williamson. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Able to punch it in on 3rd down. Makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
This will be taken very short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
Let's go.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6. Shotgun now for Rodgers. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. No gain at all on the play there, and that brings up 4th.
Brandon, just mark that under the category of just not successful. Trying to throw the ball, just didn't work on that one.
Completed it. No yardage. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Seahawks will take over at their own 20. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now 1st and 10 at the 20. They begin the drive on the ground. It's White. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Here's Wilson. And that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Hey, 0-0-0.
On 3rd and 1, Wilson. He's got this one complete to Ursua. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
They're going to need some therapy after this. That's all right.
Now Wilson on first down. It's complete to Lockett. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
There he goes left side. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on, just at about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there and have and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. And it'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here. An inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down. On 2nd down, it's Jones. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 3rd down. The Packers Packers on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 7. Now Rodgers. That's complete to the former Aggie Jay Sternberger. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a run for Williams. The tackle there by Quandre Diggs.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because when they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that run.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Tyler Kroft, the tight end, the one he was looking for. And it's 3rd down.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. Rodgers now to throw. He's got the tight end, Sternberger. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And the grab by Kroft. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Out of the pistol to give to Jones. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And they're going to have a 3rd down. The Packers on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though.
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. That kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle. Right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on,
one?
what does that mean, break out there? Just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
Bang out, fast line.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Open man is Ursua. Touchdown, Seattle. John Ursua, 70 yards. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. And they're able to get the connection on a long touchdown pass. And that's one of the easiest drive summaries you'll ever see. One play, touchdown.
That's it, baby. Let's go.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And this is not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here at a very eventful divisional round weekend. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
They went with the dive look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And now it's the punter Weil on as he sends this one away. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have, and think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right. For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
To throw again on second down. Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
12.
Wilson now to throw on third down. He's got Lockett. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Well, they were in search of a short gain on third down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. Wilson, this is caught by Malik Turner. It's a gain of 15, first down Seahawks. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician Marvin, isn't he? But Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
Check safety, check safety. Hold up. Check. Lucky. Weak. Begin.
Well, throw on first down with Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's second and 20.
Pre-alert. 89. Watch 89.
To throw is Wilson. He lets it fly for Lockett. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. And incomplete. Pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Slam. Check. Under 10.
From the shotgun, Wilson. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Wilson now 11 of 15 through the air. Here's first and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson. That's complete to Turner. A good pickup there, 21 yards. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. A great effort there. Saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game as his guys continue to pour it on.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. You always worry about the plant foot in the snow, but no problems there. And a rout is on here in this first half. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's Aaron Jones in the offense trotting back out. He's just been looking for some space. Yeah, I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try to mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about it.
No, don't take him totally out of the game.
To throw is Rodgers. Pass hauled in by the 6'4" tight end Sternberger. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
You got nothing.
Now Rodgers. A dump underneath to Jones. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first. Rodgers now 14 out of 17, 82%. And it's 1st and 10. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. And that is not going to get there. Oh, he missed it short. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Now, this was a clear day in September. I'd say this is well within his range. I feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. We now proceed to the start of the second half. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. Here's Russell Wilson in the Seahawks offense now getting set to go again. And he's had some time to chew on that interception he threw on his last drive back in the first half.
Well, normally we say you want to get him right back out on the field and play again, right? But as you mentioned, had the halftime, had to stool about it a little bit. Maybe he'll have a chance to relax a little and kind of laugh and chuckle and let it go.
He'll hope to respond positively here to start the third quarter. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Now it's Wilson. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. That one good for 14 in the Seahawks first. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Getting this into the hands of Turner. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now White. And some room to work. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll in fact tackle him behind the line. It's a... loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal.
53, Mike, 53. I got it.
Now Wilson. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawks. Touchdown. Will Disley there to make the grab as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. The extra point splits the uprights, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken short. And they're going going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Here's the Packers offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Now Rodgers making the catch is Sternberger. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the first down. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And this offense is going to take over at their own 20-yard line. Russell Wilson now gears up to lead the offense again. He's played well. Good first half. He's continued that here in the third quarter. My question, when you're a head coach, what do you look at stat line-wise for your play? Do you go right to turnovers?
You really do. As much as coaches don't want to talk about that, that's where it starts. When I played in college, our first rule for every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. And that's kind of how they judge you. You take care of the ball, not turn it over, keep it in the proper hands, and give your team a chance to win.
Well, that's what he's done here in this one so far. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. On 3rd down, Freeman. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he'll get this all the way up to the 42-yard line. That one good for 14 and the Seahawks first.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Alert. Back. 14.
On first down, it's Williamson. First down, Seattle, 16 yards, the gain there.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice game.
No room to be had there on the first down run as he's lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6. Back now in Seattle, Washington. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. The Seahawks on 3rd down. No problems to this point. A perfect 5 for 5. This will be 3rd and 6. Now Wilson able to find Turner. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. And that'll get him the first down as they get 9 yards out of that quick slant. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A 6-yard touchdown run. continue to pour it on.
Selma, man, another touchdown. They're looking like the #1 seed that they earned throughout the year. Looking pretty dominant right now.
We knew the road to the Super Bowl would run right through this stadium. Somebody's going to have to come in here and beat these guys. Good luck. I don't think it's happening this weekend.
No, definitely not this weekend. And for anyone else out there, bring your game.
Buyer beware. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going
looking for Ackerman. It's intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder Artie Burns. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Freeman again. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down.
The offense on 3rd down tonight can't be any better than a perfect 6 for 6. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. Wilson going to fake the give and keep it himself. And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. Got what he needed for the 1st down with a gain of 2.
Mike. 15. One left. Target.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Williamson. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
So they are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now in this drive after what happened on the last one.
And that's caught inside the 35. It's a big play that time for the Packers. 43 yards. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back.
And they caught it up, and the Seahawks have picked it up. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the 4th quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Wilson dancing to his left. He's going to take off with it. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. On 3rd down,
Freeman.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down.
This team doesn't mind running the ball in any situation, and I thought he was going to get the first down the way the play developed, but the defense closed in and stopped him just about a yard short.
The Seahawks will go for it. It's Wilson. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 10 yards and a Seattle first down. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You stop to get it done as you noted, and they did.
First down Seattle on a pickup of 13. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And then when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. Not much there, maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And now a 10th carry for Freeman. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle.
Well, Parker, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. They probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. They'll run this with Homer. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. 2nd and goal from the 1. They'll try to run this one in. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? They'll try to run this one in, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over until it's over? Because this certainly feels like it's over after that drive.
Yeah, that was spirit-crushing, wasn't it? And now you just kind of felt the air go out the balloon.
Yeah, they were fighting so hard to stay in there, and they knew they had to stop them on that drive. But when they were unable to, I think you're exactly right. You could see them sag on their sideline, and I think this one might just be over.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Seattle defense getting set to go. They've had a great game. They have given this offense fits all game long.
Plenty to review, plenty to enjoy. How about the highlights that's going to happen out of this one? Big plays all around. A really well-played game on the defensive side of the ball.
Makes that film session fun for them, doesn't it?
Makes the film session fun and a lot easier for the producer and the director to pull out clips for the season-ending highlight video.
Absolutely. Throwing again on 2nd down. Rodgers. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down. So they stay alive in the NFL playoffs, move on to the conference championship. And do you think that the printing press is starting to get those T-shirts and hats ready, my friend?
They have to, Brandon. They have to be ready because if you win, you've got to hand those out on the field right away. And just think about the pressure for the players now. Families are going to be talking about tickets to the Super Bowl even before you play the conference championship game.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. It's a win for the Seahawks here as we say so long from Seattle.